Greetings, Whovians. Welcome to Timey Wimey Review and November 2025 Doctor Who quiz. If you are new to this channel, hello, thanks for stopping by. This is a quiz dedicated to anything and everything relating to the Whoniverse. And from now on, I'll be dropping these monthly quizzes at the beginning of the month rather than the end of the month, just to change things up a bit. So please hit the subscribe button. That will really help out this channel as I try to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And let me know your scores in the comments, please. Be loud and proud with your scores. We don't need Google here, it's just a bit of fun, but do try and keep the answers out of the comments so everyone can enjoy this quiz. We start off, as always, with round one, Who knowledge. It's 10 questions, all worth 1 point each, to test your Who knowledge, your Doctor Who general knowledge. Very best of luck. Here we go with question one. Look at this image. Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen are outside which famous door? Name that famous door. Question 2. What title did the 10th Doctor give himself after rescuing Adelaide Brooke in Waters of Mars? Question 3. What was the name of the character to proclaim to be the biggest fan of the Psychic Circus in the 7th Doctor story, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy? Question 4. What famous historic event happened when the Pteroleptal leader's weapon overloaded and detonated in the 5th Doctor story, The Visitation? Question 5. Which 12th Doctor episode did Missy make her first appearance? Bit of a trick question. First appearance I'm looking for Missy. Question 6. How did the 1st Doctor describe the 3rd and 2nd Doctors in the 3 Doctors? Lots of Doctors in that question. Question 7. What object did Susan threaten Ian with in the 1st Doctor story, The Edge of Destruction? It's a multiple choice question, this one. Is it A, mallet, B, a rock, or C, scissors? So what object did Susan threaten Ian with in the 1st Doctor story, The Edge of Destruction? Is it A, a mallet, B, a rock, or C, scissors? Question 8. What song did the Toymaker dance to in unit headquarters in the 60th anniversary special, The Giggle? Name that song. Question 9. Who wrote the 4th Doctor story, City of Death? And finally, question 10. What is the name of Ryan's father as seen in the 13th Doctor episode, Resolution? Name Ryan's father. So whilst you're thinking about those answers, I also want to know in the comments, please, what you're getting up to this month in November. It's been quite a busy one already, with Bonfire Night and obviously the tail end of Halloween already. It's Doctor Who's anniversary month as well. So let me know in the comments what you're going to be doing this November, and even if it's Doctor Who related or not. But if it is Doctor Who related, what will you be watching to celebrate the anniversary month of Doctor Who? I would love to know all of that in the comments, please. Okay, let's go through the answers for round one, Who knowledge. All worth 1 point each. Did you get all 10 right? Very best of luck. Here we go with the answers. Starting with question 1, I asked you to look at this image, and it was Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen outside which famous door? It was 10 Downing Street. 10 Downing Street. Very well done if you got that correct. Question 2. What title did the 10th Doctor give himself after rescuing Adelaide Brooke in the episode Waters of Mars? Time Lord Victorious. I love that. I love it when he says that and then tells her tough for rescuing her. I would love to have had, I know obviously Big Finish Audio's covered a lot of Time Lord Victorious stuff on their platform, but yeah, if we'd had a couple more episodes of the 10th Doctor being all Time Lord Victorious, that would have been the icing on the cake. Question 3. What was the name of the character to proclaim to be the biggest fan of the Psychic Circus in the 7th Doctor story, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy? His name was WizKid. What a name. That's such an 80s name, isn't it? WizKid. Yeah, so if you are new to the channel, I did do a live viewing of The Greatest Show in the Galaxy on Timey Wimey View TikTok and had an absolute blast. And thank you for those who joined me on that live TikTok session. I'll do another one later in the year, possibly a Christmas special. So watch this space. But the answer to this question I was looking for was WizKids. So very well done if you got that correct. Question 4, another tough one, this one. What famous historic event happened when the pterodactyl leader's weapon overloaded and detonated in the Fifth Doctor story, The Visitation? It was the Great Fire of London. So if you really know this story, you know exactly what happened. It was the start of the Great Fire of London. Question 5, another trick question, this one. Should have picked that one for October, never mind. Which 12th Doctor episode did Missy make her first appearance? The answer I was looking for is Deep Breath. So her first big reveal for being Missy was in the episode Dark Water, so that was like the penultimate episode of that season. But the first appearance and the answer I was looking for there is Deep Breath. Question 6. How did the first Doctor describe the third and second Doctors in the Three Doctors? Great quote, this one. A dandy and a clown. A dandy and a clown. Well done if you got that correct. Question 7. What object does Susan threaten Ian with in the first Doctor's story, The Edge of Destruction? Gave you multiple choice there. Was it A, a mallet, B, a rock, or C, scissors? I tried to do paper, so I did try to do paper, rock, scissors, but I couldn't think of anything for paper. But the answer I was looking for was scissors. Scissors. It was quite a ghoulish, violent moment, actually. And I think that kind of drawn complaints back when it was first broadcast all the way back in 1964. So well done. The answer I was looking for was scissors. Question 8. What song did the Toymaker dance to in unit headquarters in the 60th anniversary special, The Giggle? A great scene. I love it. It was just camp fun mess. Spice Up Your Life, of course, by the Spice Girls. So I was only looking for the title of the song, but if you did know the artist as well and you put that down, well done. You don't get a bonus point, I'm afraid, but well done. The answer I was looking for, Spice Up Your Life. Question 9. Who wrote the Fourth Doctor story, The City of Death? Very famous writer, Douglas Adams. Obviously, he was script editor for Doctor Who for a season, and obviously went on to his most famous creation, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So the answer I was looking for there was Douglas Adams. And finally, question 10. What is the name of Ryan's father as seen in the 13th Doctor episode Resolution? It was Aaron Sinclair, or Aaron Sinclair. If I pronounced that wrong, so I do apologise. But that was the answer I was looking for, Aaron Sinclair. Total up your scores and add them to the next round. It's a new round for round 2, new for 2. Round 2 is called Who Fashion. So it's 5 questions, all worth 1 point each. And it's all about the different fashion outfits and decorative features that the Doctors have worn throughout the 60+ year history. So very best of luck. Here we go with question 1. What type of vegetable does the 5th Doctor wear on his lapel? Name that vegetable. Question 2. How did the 11th Doctor describe the 10th Doctor's footwear in Day of the Doctor? Question 3. What type of hat was predominantly worn by the 4th Doctor? Question 4. What type of animal was seen on the 6th Doctor's lapel? And finally, question 5. Which Doctor first started having a question mark on their shirt collars? There's quite a few Doctors that had the famous question mark, particularly over the 80s, so a little bit of a clue there. But which Doctor first started having a question mark on their shirt collars? What's your thinking about these answers? If you are new to the channel, hello, thanks for stopping by. This is a channel dedicated to anything and everything from the Whoniverse of Doctor Who. We've got reviews, news, featurettes, editorials, lots of days out. I've done the Sheffield Comic Con recently, had a great time there. Met another Who-tuber, Paul Who, as well. That was a lot of fun, as well as many guests as well. It was a great day, so do check that out. And also lots of other days out, including bargain hunting, Doctor Who bargain hunting, where I go to various places, various towns and cities, looking for different Doctor Who bargains or any other bargains of interest. And of course, I've got these monthly quizzes that you can enjoy. That's all here on the Timey Wimey YouTube channel. I'm also on Timey Wimey TikTok for even more fantastic Doctor Who related content and some live features on there as well. I'm also on Facebook and X, lots of places for you to explore and enjoy, and I'll put the links to all of those in the description. Okay, let's go through the answers for round 2, Who Fashion, all about the decorative outfits and costumey bits that the Doctor has worn throughout the 60 years of, or 60 plus years of Doctor Who. So here we go. Question 1. What type of vegetable does the 5th Doctor wear as a lapel? It was celery. Of course it was celery. That wonderful green vegetable, that is celery. Question 2. How did the 11th Doctor describe the 10th Doctor's shoes or footwear in The Day of the Doctor? Called them sand shoes. Grandad and sand shoes was the 11th Doctor's nickname for the War Doctor and 10th Doctor, but the answer I was looking for there was sand shoes. Question 3. What type of hat was predominantly worn by the 4th Doctor? It was a fedora. Very well done if you got that, if you know your fashion. Question 4. What type of animal was seen on the 6th Doctor's lapel? It was a cat. Quite a few different sort of designs of a cat, but definitely a cat was worn on his lapel. And finally, question 5. Which Doctor first started having a question mark on their shirt collars? It was the 4th Doctor. So he debuted with the shirt collars in the episode or the story The Leisure Hive. That was the first time, bang into the 80s. That was John Nathan Turner's trademark for all the Doctors throughout the 80s, was the question mark, and it's all started off with the 4th Doctor's outfit in The Leisure Hive. Very well done if you got those questions correct. Total up your scores and add them to the next round, the final round, a returning round for round 3. And as the good Doctor once said, so these are going to be 6 questions, all worth 2 points each. So you can really ramp up your scores with these questions. So I'm going to give you a quote from the Doctor, and for 1 point, you need to name which Doctor said that line. And for 2 points, which story or episode that line came from, that quote came from. Very best of luck. There's going to be 6 of them as well, because they're just all brilliant lines as well. Brilliant quotes from said Doctor. So very best of luck. Here we go with number 1. I feel as though you've just killed an old friend. I feel as though you've just killed an old friend. So which Doctor said that line or that quote? And from which story or episode did that quote come from? Question 2. I am a citizen of the universe and a gentleman to boot. I am a citizen of the universe and a gentleman to boot. Question 3. I reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. I reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Now, which Doctor first said that line? Because there's been some variations of that line throughout the years, but from which story was that line first said? So which story or episode did this line originally said? Hope that made sense, sorry. Question 4. I could show you everything if you stop being afraid of what you don't understand. I could show you everything if you stop being afraid of what you don't understand. Question 5. You've had this place redecorated. I don't like it. You've had this place redecorated. I don't like it. And again, which Doctor said this line first? And where did this original line first come from? And finally, question 6. All right, it's a jammy dodger, but I was promised tea. All right, it's a jammy dodger, but I was promised tea. Pause the video if you need a bit more time, but how did he get on with those quotes? Let's find out then from round 3, as the good doctor once said. So yes, 2 points are up for grabs for each question. Very best of luck. Did you get them right? Here we go. So question 1 was, I feel as though you've just killed an old friend. It's really hard not to try and put some kind of impression when I'm reading these. So I feel as though, let me try and do it. I feel as though you've just killed an old friend. It was the Fifth Doctor. That was a terrible impression of the Fifth Doctor, by the way. But it was the Fifth Doctor, and that was said in the Visitation. So a little bit of nice little link from the question from the Who Knowledge round there. So yes, the pteroleptals blew up the sonic screwdriver, and then his weapon overloaded, and that caused a great fire in London. So yes, we didn't see the sonic screwdriver for quite some time after that. It was a device that they decided to kill because it was used too much in Doctor Who. Something maybe the modern era of Doctor Who could be akin to. Who knows? But anyway, the question and the answer I was looking for was the Fifth Doctor and the Visitation. Question 2. I am a citizen of the universe and a gentleman to boot. I'm a citizen of the universe and a gentleman to boot. It was the First Doctor, and very well done if you got this one. It came from the Daleks' master plan. It's a really good line, that one. Really enjoy that quote. So yeah, very tough on that one, because I know obviously the original material is lost, even though we do have the audio version. But the answer I was looking for there was the First Doctor and the Daleks' master plan. Number 3, I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. I reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. That was said, of course, by the Third Doctor. And the first time that line was used was in the Sea Devils. The Sea Devils. Well done if you got that correct. Question 4, another tough quote, but a very good one as well. I could show you everything if you stop being afraid of what you don't understand. It was the 13th Doctor, and from the episode The Witchfinder. The Witchfinder. Number 5, you had this place redecorated. I don't like it. That was the Second Doctor. He was the one that coined that phrase, and he said that twice. But when was it first said? It was first said in the Three Doctors. So very well done if you got that one right. He did say it again in the Five Doctors as well, when he was having a go at the redecoration of unit headquarters. But the original one was by the Second Doctor and said in the Three Doctors. And finally, question 6. All right, it's a jammy dodger, but I was promised tea. That was said, of course, by the wonderful 11th Doctor from the episode Victory of the Daleks. Very well done if you got those quotes, and even well done, even more of a well done, if you knew which story episodes those quotes came from. Very, very tough round, that one, but an enjoyable round, I hope. But total up your scores and add them to your final score. 27 points are up for grabs for this month's quiz. Did you get all 27? Let me know in the comments. Be loud and proud of your scores, even if you just got 1 point. Let me know in the comments. But thank you very much for watching this quiz. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the close bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X. And do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content on Timey Wimey TikTok. And of course, right here on the Timey Wimey YouTube channel. Thank you as always for your love and support and enjoying this quiz. I hope you had a good time with this quiz. I definitely have. Until we meet again.